direction in terms of what you guys have set up on? Go like this?
Yeah, but this is usually done by Juan and Joy,
The keyboard?
the keyboard and all this, the other stuff.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just follow their direction as far as the setting up things. I usually don't do it with this. She puts it right behind here. So the main thing you guys have to be concerned about is this.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, this is why you guys are here actually. Yes. Can I set this up? I usually don't do that either. So to take this apart,
Let me grab the can.
okay. So let me just lay this down.
Hi.
Does that
Hi. Thank you guys.
Usually.
Is Kenny here?
Yes.
Okay. Did you pick him up?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out.
Sure.
So this is our concern. So first thing, it's open this up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's counterclockwise, I guess. Yeah. And then I just lift this up. And you gotta do for like everywhere. And the other side too.
So all the sides come out?
Yeah. And then pull them out. And I usually put them right next to the. Yeah.
This is a functional organ.
Yeah, it is. The other Armenian church uses it every day.
So not the sides, just the back and the front
Yeah.
and the top?
And I usually place it right next to this window.
Okay.
And then you have to pull out all these wires. So,
So it's really
All these.
self-contained?
well, not all of them. Whatever is on the
This?
ground, yeah, at the bottom. And just pull them out straight. So you got 2 power cords.
Okay.
This is for the speaker,
Okay.
and this is for their earpiece
equipment.
monitor.
They're. Oh,
They
I
have
see.
a monitor, headset,
I see.
so that they can hear themselves singing.
Okay.
So this is for that. So this is speaker, monitor, and 2 power cords.
Okay.
So those are taken out, and hook up the power first. So if you could just put them up.
Are they hooked up to the same outlet?
Yeah.
And that's not a problem? It won't trip?
You wanna do it, yeah, the other, yeah.
So that won't trip the system? The system, it won't trip?
No,
Okay.
and this is the only one available
Okay.
nearby here. So you hook up the power cord, and then I go with the speaker. So there are 4 connectors here, but you only have to concern about 7 and 8.
Okay. So the silver ones.
or it's labeled 7 and 8,
Yeah.
and then you hook it up to the Armenian church system, and they're also labeled 8,
8, 7.
and 7.
Oh,
So you gotta match 7 to 7, 8 to 8.
Bye.
And
want to talk afterwards?
and then another thing is we gotta be careful.
Mhm.
Don't let this hang down here, because that's pulling their system,
I see.
and they usually get loose and disconnected.
All right, so just hang it over.
You make this
Yeah.
hang in there.
Okay.
Okay. And then next is the monitors. Bring it here. So, JB, you gotta, Alex, you gotta put it on this side. And there are 5 monitor hookups.
And they're labeled?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1B. 1B is Ken's. So, and you have to hook it up to the in. There's a
Okay.
aux.
As long as they're all labeled like 1 through 4 and 1B.
Right, but this goes in,
Uh-huh.
and there are another set of cables that hook up to this out.
So their monitor goes into that one.
Right. So this goes in, and then another set out.
The out is a remote, right?
Remote.
Because their monitor is basically a remote monitor, isn't it?
No, they're not. They're
They're
wired.
wired?
Yeah, they're wired.
Oh.
Ken didn't want to spend extra for the wireless, so we got the wired.
Okay.
So in 1B, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Good. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you just turn the system, and you gotta only turn 2 here. 1 here, and then another here.
What's that?
Which one?
That's the master, but what's that power right here?
This is for the wireless, because
Okay.
Joey mic is wireless, and Pastor John's mic is wireless.
Okay.
So, so that's for the power for that. And no, actually, I think it's this one. So you only have to turn on and off this 2.
Okay.
Okay, and the rest have to be on. So please don't touch the on and off button on,
They're
on the
already
other ones.
preset. Okay.
Yeah.
One time I thought this was off, right? Already off. So I turned it. I thought this was turning
Right,
on. So
right,
I
right.
pressed it. So I couldn't. You
Yeah,
were when
yeah.
you weren't here. Kenny wasn't here. So
But
yeah,
that-
so this is on right now.
Yeah. So after you turn everything, just check that lights are on each unit. If the lights are off, that means they're off.
Okay.
And these are all preset to your liking.
Right. So
Okay.
so there's all the setting. I don't touch.
Okay.
I don't touch here. The only setting we touch is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That bothers you.
It bothers me too.
Both of you.
I'm a little
It bothers
I
OCD.
know him too.
I was like,
And
I'll fix that tonight.
but I don't want to touch that because I'm afraid that if I push it in, the wire connector gets loose. So
No, pull it out then.
I just
It
leave
has
it
to
there.
be symmetrical.
So
I can't do this job until that's symmetrical.
so basically, power, speaker,
Yeah.
and the monitor,
Okay.
and then turn the power on. And the
Okay.
switches.
All right.
And then fourth.
There are only a couple other switches, so if something doesn't come on, we
So
just
if you don't see light
Exactly.
on each
yeah,
unit,
Can
Just
you
turn on the
it
individual
off?
power.
Yeah, can you turn it
So
off
like
and
this
on
one.
right now?
exactly,
So that's off.
and then
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Yeah, the bottom ones.
yeah,
here,
all of them
there
have their
is
own
one. Right.
individual powers.
Right.
yes. So those power you just leave. Only this 2 you have to
Okay.
worry about.
Okay.
So once you turn the power on, the next is bring this up. This is the master volume.
The last 2.
The
yeah, these
yellows.
2. Well,
Yeah.
one
The
is
white?
left and one is right.
Hmm.
And it can't put a tape there, so you know where they go. And then I just turn 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. So
Those are turning it off though.
well,
On, it's now,
I know it's
Oh,
con-
I saw,
it's-
that's a mute.
Yeah,
I got it,
I know
I
it's
got it.
confusing
Got it. No,
because
that's
I'm
fine.
used to green as the
yeah, I
on,
know.
but this one doesn't have any green light. So if there's no light, that means it's on. If it's red, then it's off.
All right, so
If this is
2
the setting,
through 5
why-
and 10.
Why don't we just
Yeah,
leave it
2,
as
3,
is?
4, 5,
Like
and
this.
10. 10 is Joe's keyboard.
Would they be mad if we, with a Sharpie, just put a black dot against the ones?
So
No?
here is kind of like, it's kind of labeled.
Yeah, but those
So-
are old.
Yeah, so we should have new label.
Yeah, we
So,
No,
For
don't go
example-
by that label.
right, yeah, so we'll try to put new label so you guys can.
But don't rely on
know.
the labels either. So that was just years ago.
Yeah, because
Right, so,
sometimes
yeah.
they
We're
keep
not
changing.
Even, don't even rely on that
So,
label.
right now, keyboard is 10,
Yeah,
and then, I am
5.
5.
2 through
Okay,
5 and
I'll
10.
email you,
Yeah.
I have documents at home, so I'll email you guys the
Oh, yeah.
settings.
Why not just leave it as is?
One-
The way it's set.
Leave
Because
them
of
on?
people.
Yeah.
No, because
Those people are no longer there.
when they pick up the mic,
Uh-huh.
it makes a noise.
Oh, okay. That's
Or-
why you have to turn
or
on
when
and off?
they hook up the mic, it
Uh-huh.
makes poof.
Okay.
So you want to off first, and once they pick it up, you want to
Is
turn
the
them on.
recorders there?
I guess.
Also, don't turn
Yeah.
this on until
We're
they have
ready
their
to,
mics.
yeah, all connected.
Except for her keyboard, you can turn it on.
Okay.
Okay.
And 1 is Pastor John.
So all these,
Definitely forget that
you
the
don't
first
touch
time.
at all? Any of these dials?
That's what we have to
Okay,
go through.
yes. So the next, also 1 is Pastor John's. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So whenever it's ready, you just want to turn it on.
Turn
or
him off.
You want it off because while the praise team is singing, you don't want Pastor John's singing.
Okay.
Should we mute the other ones when he starts speaking?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Right.
mute 2 through 5 and then 10. Well, 10,
10 is,
doesn't need it.
Yeah, 10
It's
is
the piano.
on all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
But the 2, 4, 5, you just mute when
Sure.
Pastor John is
Got it.
talking. So the next, it's their monitor. They're constantly complaining their monitor. Somebody's too loud, somebody's too low. So that's when I constantly have to adjust. And this is the adjustment for the monitors. And it's a little bit confusing because this is supposed to be the person, like let's say Joy. But for the monitor, it's different. It goes this way.
Horizontally.
It's a matrix, basically.
So this is Joy's monitor adjustments. So this is Joy's. So this would be Pastor John's voice adjustment.
Or me.
Yours will be 5. So 5 and 5. I mean,
So
Joy
this is
and
what I
Joy.
hear, right?
so yours will be this one.
She's ops 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would hear Pastor John with this one. So this is all what I hear. So let's say if I want, like who's it says, who's number 2?
Juan.
Juan. So if one's too loud on my monitor, you will lower this?
Right.
Okay,
So
so
lowering
this
would
is all
be,
for my monitor?
right. Lowering will be counterclockwise.
Okay,
Clockwise is raising it.
okay.
I'm going to stick to the you get what you get and you don't get upset theory.
But it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we complain.
I know.
So
Oh,
this
so-
is Joy.
Don't complain.
This is Juan's. This is 3, usually Hannah or Francis. No, I'm sorry, Hannah. This is Sujong. This I don't know. I think this is Ken's.
What?
The
Five.
yellow.
5,
Yeah,
ox 5
five,
is,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Ops 5 is me.
Okay.
And then 6 is,
It's the effects
John.
processor.
Well,
Oh.
we don't have any
We don't have
6
six.
monitors.
oh, okay.
So you-
Ops
this
6
you don't
is
have to
the
worry about.
effects processor. That's why that's why we can only have 5 of them.
Okay.
No, but then we decided to,
No, I know, but that's why we can only have 5
Right.
actual, because there's 6 auxiliary SANs,
so
But
what
we
I
can
was
only have
saying,
5.
since the guys come every week,
so they're gonna share.
Which guys?
John and
Okay, Juan.
they come every week. So
Right.
I said monitor all female
Yeah.
share one monitor because they take turn.
Huh.
From now on, they're gonna come only one female vocal is gonna be here.
Right.
So female vocals will share one monitor,
Okay.
and then Juan and John will have their own.
Okay. I don't know how if that I don't think we can do that.
No, I
they're
talked to
just gonna
Kenny.
No, they're gonna share. So basically.
From one single cable.
No, the auxes, so since there's only 5 of them, so, basically just have, one is gonna be one, it's just gonna be basically the ladies 3 and 4, I think.
No, so let's do me, one female,
Mhm.
and 2 male vocal, and you. It's 5.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's do it that way.
Wait, how, is everyone basically giving a cue when they want us to raise or lower?
Yes, they do individually.
We say, yeah, we do not just during the service.
So everything
Everything
during
has
practice?
to be done, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be
Do you
standing
want- do you
here.
wanna
and-
switch between auxes 3 and 4?
So basically, you have to stand here
No,
and
so the
look them up
aux, I don't,
because they're gonna give you
it doesn't matter
cues.
which aux they
like-
get.
So
No,
this
no.
represents
No, so
the,
No,
that
they-
I
people-
don't
just ignore
have to
this.
worry.
ignore this.
So
all these labels are
give
old,
one
so
aux
ignore
channel
ignore all these
to
labels.
all 3 females.
Okay, so how are we gonna figure all these out?
So you just gotta remember,
together.
this is
That's
Joy,
more adjusting than-
uh,
takes more time
Juan.
to
This is what they hear.
I thought we were just
Let's
gonna
just
have,
Yeah,
let's
on
just
their
relabel
headset.
it.
Okay.
Right.
One just keep was his.
Yeah.
So
and then
let's just
3,
say this is
and then
Joy's.
we're gonna just keep.
So and if
Switching from
she complains that
4
Juan is not loud enough, then this is Juan.
And one.
So you would adjust
I'm
this
sorry,
one.
switching in John.
Okay, how do we know this is one, or we can change the labels?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it would
so-
make it much simpler if we just changed the labels.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do that. But for now, just for just the sake of what this does
Sure.
is just
Keep
that.
them on 2, this
So let's say this horizontal row is always Joy's,
What she hears, okay.
right? And she complains that Hannah, which is number 3, is too loud.
ladies in the same one then.
Then you
Yeah,
adjust this one
yeah.
lower.
Right now, we're just gonna have one female and then me.
So and then if she complains that her
Can have 2
keyboard is not loud enough,
So
then you go here and adjust this.
Is it easy to tell when you're on the stage though? Like, do you guys have a pretty good sense, like when you're playing and singing, how
loud
to,
it is.
yeah,
So basically, we cannot hear anything from the speaker.
okay.
So we don't hear what you hear in the congregation setting. So that you guys really have to listen to the
I'm just saying,
balance.
we're gonna have a tough time listening from here. So It
Yeah.
almost seems like a 2-person job.
Yeah, so you kind of have to go back and
Well,
forth to
I
hear.
just rely on this one.
You really on that one?
So
Yeah.
I kind of know
GOMS.
my ear is just tuned to this speaker, so I basically know whether it's too loud or not, just by
Yeah, but even on the same Sunday, depends on where they sit, they give me
Yeah, it's all
totally
different,
different sayings. So
So-
it's really up to your ear,
And-
what,
and-
you know.
and same with the monitors too.
Yeah, in
Like if there's
ear.
one singer is missing, it just changes their
Yeah.
levels for
Do
other
you
singers.
equilibrate to, let's say, if someone has a much, stronger
Yes,
voice?
you have to adjust.
You just
yes.
basically,
Yeah.
You have to
okay.
adjust it, and that's, you have to adjust the gain setting.
Yeah.
Which one's the gain?
Very top knob.
Oh, this.
Up here? I
Okay.
see.
But then this even adjust for the overall speakers, not only their monitors, but also the
So
speakers.
if we touch this one, this will factor
Everybody,
speaker
yeah.
and the monitor,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So basically, it's not really something that's relatively preset and maybe you
No,
tweak
no,
from time to time.
right.
You're changing it every week almost.
Probably, yeah, most likely.
Well, the only thing we adjust is their monitors every
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Because every day is
sure.
they're
sure.
complaining that somebody's too loud, somebody's
Yeah.
not.
How sensitive is it? So if Joy says, bring it down a little bit, is that like a quarter turn, or you just kind of tweak it and say, hey, how's that?
It's like the 10%, like
One notch.
one notch,
I see.
yep,
Okay.
not that much.
All right. I'm gonna forget half this.
I know, I know.
But the gain setting.
Thank you for recording this.
The gain setting you only adjust if there's a new person. And what the gain setting does is that, so there's a button called the solo button here. So the whole purpose of this gain setting is that these faders here,
Mhm.
this corresponds to what's coming out to your main speakers, right?
Yep.
And also the monitor too.
No.
No?
Monitors are only auxes.
Really?
So you could have these all down, except if you have pre or post fade. So if you have the setting on
Wait, what does that mean? Unless you have pre or
pre-post fade means, so you can do the aux settings here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have pre-fade means this doesn't affect what's going up or down because these are faders, right?
Okay.
Post-fade affects this. So even if you have this down and you have your aux all the way up, you're not going to hear because your fader's down.
Okay.
So if you have the post-fade in post-fade mode, if you have this all the way down and you still can't hear anything, even though you have your auxiliary all the way up, so I can't hear anything. You got to bring up this. But you don't want post-fade because that's going to affect both the house level and then also what's coming
So
in
it's
your
always
ears.
default
So
on pre.
you want so that's why monitors you always want them on pre-fade.
Got it.
So
And
that
this is the
will-
button right here that controls that, right? Pre and post.
No,
these circular buttons.
No, not these.
No.
These are there's actually it's well on this mixer aux
Oh,
1
I
and
see.
2
Right
aux 1
there.
and 2 are pre, and then 3 and 4 is switchable to post or pre.
I see.
But
But
But my
just
main,
gonna-
but so what else? The mute buttons are on and off, right? The one below it is solo. That
That's for the headset.
well, that's also for the headset. But this also, when you whatever this is a level indicator of how much signal is coming into the channel, and how much signal will also go out. So for example, and then when you adjust a person's individual gain control, and then there'll be these the LEDs over here, right? So when you press the solo button, it's basically solos this channel. So whenever you have someone new or any kind of gain, if their signal is too high or too hot, you don't want you'll see the meters up here. So the red is obviously too hot, and you want the level to be at between green and yellows. Then when you press the solo button, that is how you know how much signal is coming into this channel. And then when you take the solo off, then you'll hear everything else in the mixer. So this is an
Normally
indicator.
just keep it off all the time.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're not soloing all the time. You're just
Okay.
when you're adjusting or you want to see how much signal is coming into a particular channel.
Mm.
This is the solo button, and also you'll see the levels coming in
Mhm.
to the main meters over here. So, and that's how you adjust a person's gain. So the gains are all set. So once you set the gains, you don't really need to adjust them every day. It's just the faders for the house and then
Got it.
for the monitors here
Got it.
Where are the
The
faders preset to?
For the house?
Yeah.
No, well, basically whatever is.
0,
It's
5?
no, it's
Well, no.
whatever it is right now. That's where we leave it.
Yeah. Yep. So this control, this changes on a week-to-week basis. Because when you have
Well,
the
not that
fader,
much.
well, yeah, not
just
that much, but it's
slightly.
also, it depends on how much the level is out there on their mixer too.
So, for
So
example,
this changes on a week-to-week basis. So.
yeah, for
Yeah.
example, one Sunday, like Joe is too loud, right? All of a sudden, Joe's voice is too loud, then you
You gotta
would
bring her down a little bit, yeah.
bring me down a little bit. Keyboard
Right.
is too loud, or
Mhm.
then you bring it down,
Right.
right? And if I'm too
Too soft,
Soft,
bring it
then
back up,
bring it up.
exactly, yeah.
so just
That's based on what you hear
Yeah,
through
yeah,
this
yeah.
speaker.
Yeah, so the
Usually
job of
you're-
the job of the engineer is to have, a good balanced mix of everybody, but then also have the worship leader to be coming through, throughout. So, and then also when Pastor John is preaching, he's channel 1. So if he's too loud, because week to week, the microphone level, the battery might be low one week or whatnot. So I'm always adjusting his week to week. So.
So basically, just listening to this speaker, if somebody's too low or too loud, just use this to control that.
These might as well always be down, because these are never used, right?
You want to leave it where it is right now.
Yeah, for now. And then the channels that are being used, when we're done with worship, you just leave them there. You don't bring them down.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
usually.
No, I'm just saying, these are unused channels,
Oh,
right?
no, 6 is the presider mic.
Six is
Oh,
presider.
oh,
Yeah,
I
six
thought they
is
were
the
unused.
presider.
No.
No. So up to 1 to 7, 6.
I see.
They're used every week.
7 too. Well,
7 is
John
if we
is
have
John.
additional singer.
That's John's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
maybe those two.
like 11, it's like if there's a guitar. 9 was a guitar.
Yeah.
Right,
But-
13, 14, we don't use it that
No,
much right
13,
now.
14, I leave it there because those are when choir comes. Those are for the overhead mics for the choir. So I leave those faders up there. So,
So basically, just leave it as it is.
Okay.
Don't bring it down.
I mean, if you can, if you don't want to,
Yeah.
get in the way.
So like I said, if there's individual singers' voice is too loud or too low, based on this speaker, then you adjust this. And if for individual singers complain about their monitor sound,
Yes.
then you
Yeah.
adjust this.
Yeah, you adjust these knobs here.
So monitor,
Through 6.
house
Yeah,
speaker.
exactly. And Pastor John's, you want to leave his is all the way down because no one really needs to hear him.
Yeah.
He's preaching, so he doesn't. So I leave his all. Obviously, you see they're all down to the
Mhm.
12. Down here, so they're down.
So monitor, house speaker.
Yep.
That's all I'm concerned about every Sunday. Just slightly adjusting this and their monitors.
Mhm.
So that's basically most of your job.
Yep.
Did you show
Every
them
Sunday.
the iPad?
Well, I did it on the
Oh,
other
yeah.
pad on the outside.
It's the same thing inside here too.
And another important job for you guys, which I forgot to mention, is put the CD,
Recording.
because every Sunday service is recorded. So you just gotta put the date, and I also put Living Hope Church, and the marker is right here.
Yep.
And the CD
CDs are in the drawer,
in this bottom drawer, and the sleeve is right next to it.
and the headphones are
Sleeve
kept down.
and the CD and the headphone. So after you put the date and the Living Hope Church, you gotta put it in here.
Mhm.
Sometimes this doesn't open at the first,
Yeah, because
so I have to do it twice.
it's getting old.
Yeah. So just pop this in, close it.
And then you gotta wait. It'll see. Once you 0000.
And then you press record.
When do you record?
Well,
So,
From the beginning, very beginning, when somebody starts?
Well, no,
well,
so
once Joy starts talking, that's when I press.
but in order to initiate the recording mode, you have to press record. So it'll say now OPC, right? So it's engaging in the record mode, but it's not recording because you'll see that the clock is not moving. There's no.
Yeah,
It's
it's
still
not
0000, right?
Yeah.
So the record is when you press record button, it's engaged in record mode. Then this knob here